It's time to welcome in our resident sports betting analyst, Erica Davis, for Easy Money with E. And she did that for you last week, got you some easy money with her race pick, Tyler Reddick. I cannot believe it. Great job with the Talladega bets last weekend.
Last week, the week before, Kim, we have been winning money. And interestingly enough, when I talked about Tyler Reddick last week, I was like, oh, this is my gut feeling. So if you don't want to trust your gut, trust my gut, because my gut will win you some money.
And you won money last week. So where are we putting that money this week?
So, Kim, I am excited to start off with a cross-sport parlay. We're going to do a two-leg parlay on the NFL and on NASCAR. The NFL draft is this week. This Thursday is when it starts. So we're going to put some money on Jaden Daniels to be the second overall pick. And then the NASCAR side of this two-leg parlay is going to be Martin Truex Jr. to finish in the top 10. Now, guys, you remember that for a parlay to cash in, both legs or all the legs have to actually win for you to cash your bet. The reason I'm going Jaden Daniels as the number 2 overall pick is because in the past, 4 or 5 days, his odds to go number 2 have shortened considerably. And then with MTJ, we know he won this race last year. So a $10 bet on this two-leg parlay would win you a total of $16.73. Make sure you watch the NFL draft on Thursday to see if the first part of our parlay hits. And then, of course, we're all going to be watching the race on Sunday. So
I love it. A monster bet for a monster weekend. And with that, let's get into the best bets for Dover, the Monster Mile. Who are you looking at?
So my best bets are going to be Alex Bowman as a top 3 finisher, William Byron as a top 5 finisher, and then Kyle Larson as a top 10 finisher. Let's start off with Bowman. Kim, Alex Bowman at plus 450, I think is a steal. I mean, he's run so well at Dover. I cannot believe his odds are that long as a top 3 finisher. But you know what? We're going to take it. $10 will win you a total of $55 if and when Bowman ends up finishing in the top 3. We have Byron next as a top 5 finisher. I always talk about how he has a hot hand this year. And I also always talk about how I'm typically like backing Denny Hamlin in some way, shape, or form. But girl, I am starting to feel the same way about Byron. Like, I feel like I need to back him every week in some capacity. So Byron to be a top 5 finisher plus 100 will win you a total of $20. And then Larson, I mean, at minus 425, I feel like this is a gimme. We pick at Larson for being not the best driver at super speedway. So just give him a little bit of grace for his last week at Dega. But this week, Monster Mile, more up his alley. Take him in the spot. And if you want a little bit more value, even take him at plus 500 to be an outright winner.
Well, Hendrick Motorsports historically very good at Dover, so all good choices. And you know, with Talladega in the rearview mirror, we are officially a quarter of the way through the 2024 season, so it feels like a really good time to check in on some future bets.
Yeah, so Kim, futures bets can be fun because you hold the ticket all year long, or you can cash it in if you want to cash it in beforehand. But there are several drivers whose odds I've been tracking, and I want to look at Hamlin, Byron, Chase Elliott, and Ty Gibbs. All of these drivers have odds that have gotten shorter throughout the season, which means basically they have become more likely to win the Cup Championship Series. Now, Byron and Hamlin, I personally would put a little bit of money on their championship futures right now for obvious reasons. They both gotten into victory lane already. Chase Elliott, can't lie, I'm going to have to fade him in this spot. But Ty Gibbs, Kim, I'm really, really loving how Ty Gibbs' odds have moved this season. He's gotten as short as plus 1,800. So if you put a little bit of money on him now, a $10 bet will win you a total of $190. I say lock in on Ty right now, because once he starts running more consistently up front, once he gets a win, because I think he will, and then once he gets maybe a top 3, top 5 finish more consistently, those plus 1,800 odds are going to get shorter. So get in on Ty right now.
Awesome information, Erica. Thanks for helping us cash in each and every week, and we will see you next week for Kansas. And don't forget to pack your ruby red slippers.